Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled among emerald hills and babbling brooks, there lived three brothers named Tai, Shin, and Ronan. Each brother possessed a unique gift bestowed upon them by the wise elders of the village. Tai, the eldest brother, was known for his strength and agility. His body moved with grace and precision, embodying the harmony of the physical form. Shin, the middle brother, had a silver tongue that wove tales like delicate threads, captivating the hearts of all who listened. And Ronan, the youngest brother, possessed a keen mind that delved into the depths of knowledge, seeking truth in the mysteries of the universe. One day, a wandering monk arrived in the village, seeking shelter for the night. Intrigued by the monk's presence, the brothers gathered around him, eager to learn from his wisdom. The monk spoke of the three phases of Zen: body, speech, and mind, and how they were intertwined in the practice of enlightenment. He explained that true harmony could only be achieved when these three aspects were in balance, working together as one. Inspired by the monk's words, the brothers set out on a journey to master the three phases of Zen. Tai ventured into the mountains, where he trained his body through rigorous exercises and martial arts, honing his strength and agility to perfection. Shin traveled far and wide, sharing his tales with people from all walks of life. With each story he told, he infused his words with wisdom and compassion, touching the hearts of those who listened. Meanwhile, Ronan secluded himself in the village library, poring over ancient texts and scrolls in search of knowledge that would unlock the secrets of the mind. He meditated for hours on end, delving into the depths of his consciousness in pursuit of enlightenment. Years passed, and the brothers returned to the village, each a master in his own right. Tai's body was a temple of strength and resilience, his movements fluid and effortless. Shin's words had the power to heal and inspire, weaving tales that echoed through the ages. And Ronan's mind was a beacon of clarity and wisdom, illuminating the path to enlightenment for all who sought it. Together, the brothers embodied the three phases of Zen: body, speech, and mind in perfect harmony. And as they walked the path of enlightenment side by side, they realized that true mastery lay not in the perfection of one aspect, but in the interconnectedness of them all. In a realm where the moon reigned supreme, casting its silvery glow over the land, there lived a young girl named Emiya. Emiya was known for her gentle spirit and keen intellect, but her heart was heavy with the burden of darkness that loomed over her village. One night, as Emiya gazed up at the moonlit sky, she felt a stirring within her soul. The moon seemed to beckon to her, its light whispering secrets of clarity and insight. Inspired by the celestial dance above, Emiya embarked on a journey to cultivate the same sense of luminous wisdom within herself. As she wandered through the village, Emiya encountered villagers lost in the depths of despair and confusion. Some were ensnared by the tangled webs of fear and doubt, while others struggled beneath the weight of sorrow and grief. Moved by compassion, Emiya reached out to them with words of comfort and guidance, offering a glimmer of hope in their darkest hours. But as the days turned into nights and the darkness seemed to deepen, Emiya found herself grappling with her own inner turmoil. Doubt gnawed at her resolve, threatening to extinguish the light of insight that flickered within her heart. In moments of despair, Emiya turned to the moon for solace, seeking guidance in its serene radiance. And as she gazed upon its luminous face, she realized that clarity and insight were not born from the absence of darkness, but from the willingness to embrace it with an open heart. With renewed determination, Emiya delved into the depths of her own darkness, confronting the shadows that lurked within. She surrendered to the ebb and flow of her emotions, allowing them to wash over her like gentle waves upon the shore. And in the stillness of the moonlit night, Emiya discovered a sense of peace and clarity that transcended the darkness that surrounded her. She realized that true insight was not found in the absence of confusion, but in the willingness to embrace it as an integral part of the human experience. Armed with this newfound wisdom, Emiya returned to her village, her heart ablaze with the light of clarity and insight. With each word she spoke and each gesture she made, she illuminated the path for others to find their own way out of the darkness. And though the night may be long and the shadows may be deep, I knew that as long as the moon shone bright above, there would always be hope for those who dared to seek the light within. In a serene meadow surrounded by towering trees and babbling brooks, there stood a humble grass hut. This simple dwelling was home to a wise old hermit named Koji, who had chosen to live in harmony with nature, finding contentment in the simplicity of his surroundings. Koji's grass hut was not adorned with riches or extravagant furnishings. Instead, it was adorned with the beauty of the natural world, fragrant wildflowers, delicate ferns, and the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze. Every morning, Koji would rise with the sun and greet the day with a heart full of gratitude. He would tend to his garden, nurturing the plants and flowers that surrounded his humble abode, finding joy in the simple act of connecting with the earth. As the seasons changed and the days turned into nights, Koji found solace in the rhythm of nature, embracing each moment with a sense of wonder and awe. He knew that true happiness could not be found in material possessions or worldly desires, but in the harmony of the natural world and the contentment that comes from living in alignment with its cycles. One day, a weary traveler stumbled upon Koji's grass hut, seeking refuge from the chaos of the outside world. Intrigued by the hermit's peaceful demeanor, the traveler asked him the secret to finding contentment in such humble surroundings. Koji smiled warmly and invited the traveler to sit beside him, offering a cup of herbal tea brewed from the plants that grew in his garden. As they sipped their tea in companionable silence, Koji shared with the traveler the wisdom he had gleaned from a lifetime of living in harmony with nature. He spoke of the beauty that could be found in the simplest of things, the song of a bird, the dance of a butterfly, the gentle sway of grass in the wind. He explained that true contentment was not found in the pursuit of wealth or status, but in the ability to appreciate the abundance of the natural world and find joy in its ever-changing tapestry. Moved by Koji's words, the traveler realized that true happiness lay not in the destination, but in the journey itself, in the moments of connection, wonder, and gratitude that filled each passing day. And as they bid farewell to the grass hut and continued on their respective paths, they carried with them the timeless wisdom of living in harmony with nature and finding contentment in the simplicity of life. In a tranquil village nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a young boy named Kato. Kato had always been drawn to the melodies of nature, and his heart sang in harmony with the rustling leaves and babbling brooks that surrounded him. One day, while exploring the depths of the forest, Kato stumbled upon a hidden grove where bamboo grew tall and proud. Entranced by the gentle swaying of the bamboo in the breeze, he felt a deep sense of peace wash over him. As he wandered through the grove, Kato noticed a lone bamboo flute lying abandoned amidst the greenery. Intrigued, he picked up the flute and gently blew into it, sending forth a hauntingly beautiful melody that seemed to echo through the trees. From that moment on, the bamboo flute became Kato's constant companion. With each breath he drew, he poured his heart and soul into its hollow depths, creating melodies that spoke of joy and sorrow, love and longing. As the seasons changed and the years passed, Kato's music became renowned throughout the village and beyond. People would gather from far and wide to listen to the enchanting melodies that flowed from his flute, their hearts uplifted by its soul-stirring harmonies. But amidst the adoration and acclaim, Kato remained humble and grounded, attuned to the natural rhythms of life that surrounded him. He knew that true harmony could only be found in the simplicity of the present moment, where the song of the wind and the dance of the leaves were his greatest teachers. One evening, as Kato sat beneath the stars, his flute cradled in his hands, he felt a sense of gratitude wash over him. In that moment of quiet reflection, he realized that the true beauty of life lay not in the grand gestures or the fleeting moments of fame, but in the simple act of being present and attuned to the ever-changing symphony of existence. And so, with a heart full of love and gratitude, Kato continued to play his bamboo flute, allowing its melodies to weave a tapestry of harmony and simplicity that touched the hearts of all who listened. For in the music of the flute, he found not only his own voice, but the voice of the forest, the voice of the earth, and the voice of the universe itself. Once upon a time, nestled among the rolling hills and whispering forests, there stood a range of majestic mountains known as the Mountains of Silence. Legend had it that atop the highest peak, there dwelled a wise Zen master who had attained enlightenment through the profound wisdom inherent in the wordless transmission of Zen. Many seekers journeyed to the base of the mountains in search of the master's guidance, drawn by tales of his profound teachings and the transformative power of his silent presence. One day, a young monk named Tai set out on a pilgrimage to the Mountains of Silence, his heart ablaze with a longing for truth and understanding. For days, he traversed the rugged terrain, overcoming obstacles and challenges with unwavering determination. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of climbing, Tai reached the summit of the highest peak, where he found the Zen master seated in silent meditation, his eyes closed and his breath steady. For days, Tai sat at the master's feet, waiting in eager anticipation for the moment when the master would impart his wisdom. But no words were spoken, no teachings offered. Instead, the master sat in profound silence, his presence like a mountain solid, unwavering, and deeply rooted in the earth. At first, Tai grew restless, his mind filled with doubts and questions. But as the days passed and he surrendered to the stillness of the mountains, he began to understand that the true essence of Zen could not be found in words or concepts, but in the wordless transmission of presence and awareness. With each passing moment, Tai felt himself drawn deeper into the silence of the mountains, his mind becoming still and clear like the tranquil surface of a mountain lake. He realized that in the absence of words, there was a profound wisdom to be found, a wisdom that transcended the limitations of language and thought. And in that moment of realization, Tai understood that enlightenment was not something to be sought after or attained, but a state of being that existed within each and every moment. It was the silence between the words, the space between the thoughts, the profound wisdom inherent in the wordless transmission of Zen. From that day forth, Tai carried with him the teachings of the Mountains of Silence, knowing that true wisdom could only be found in the stillness of the present moment, where the mountains whispered their timeless secrets to all who were willing to listen. In a serene valley nestled between towering mountains and meandering streams, there resided a young girl named Emiya. Emiya was known throughout the valley for her gentle spirit and compassionate heart, always ready to lend a helping hand to those in need. One day, as Emiya wandered through the valley, she stumbled upon a hidden cave nestled amidst the rocks. Curious, she ventured inside and called out into the darkness, "Hello, is anyone there?" To her surprise, Emiya heard her own voice echoed back to her, as if the cave itself were responding to her call. Intrigued by this phenomenon, Emiya called out again, and once more, her voice echoed back to her, reverberating through the cavernous depths of the cave. As Emiya listened to the echoes bouncing off the walls of the cave, she couldn't help but wonder about the interconnectedness of cause and effect and the unfolding of karma, the law of cause and effect that governs the universe. With a sense of curiosity and wonder, Emiya began to contemplate the actions and intentions that had led her to this moment, the kindness she had shown to others, the compassion she had extended to those in need. And as she reflected on the echoes reverberating through the cave, she realized that every action, every word, every thought had its own echo, a ripple effect that extended far beyond the confines of the present moment. With this realization, Emiya understood the profound interconnectedness of cause and effect in the unfolding of karma. She saw how every act of kindness, every gesture of compassion, created a ripple effect that touched the lives of others in ways she could never have imagined. From that day forth, Emiya approached life with a renewed sense of mindfulness and awareness, knowing that her actions had the power to shape the world around her in profound and meaningful ways. And as she journeyed through the valley, her heart filled with gratitude for the echoes in the cave, for teaching her the most valuable lesson of all, that in recognizing the interconnectedness of cause and effect, one could live a life of purpose and meaning, guided by the principles of compassion and kindness. In a land where the sun painted the sky with hues of gold, and the earth whispered secrets of transformation, there burned a mighty fire at the heart of a bustling village. This fire, fueled by the dreams and desires of the people, blazed with an intensity that lit up the night sky and warmed the souls of all who gathered around it. But as the flames danced and flickered, they consumed everything in their path, leaving behind only smoldering ashes in their wake. The villagers watched in awe as the fire transformed wood into embers, and embers into ashes, marveling at the cycle of destruction and creation that unfolded before their eyes. One day, a wise elder named Emiya approached the fire with a heavy heart, her eyes filled with sorrow for all that had been lost in its flames. As she gazed upon the smoldering ashes, she felt a sense of sadness wash over her, a longing for the past and a fear of what the future might hold. But then, with a gentle smile, Emiya realized the transformative power of letting go and allowing new beginnings to emerge. She understood that just as the fire had consumed the old to make way for the new, so too could she release the burdens of the past and embrace the possibilities of the present. With a sense of determination, Emiya knelt beside the ashes and began to gather them in her hands, feeling their warmth and texture beneath her fingers. And as she held the ashes close to her heart, she whispered a silent prayer for renewal and transformation, knowing that from the ashes of the old, new life would eventually emerge. From that day forth, Emiya approached life with a newfound sense of hope and resilience, knowing that every ending carried within it the seeds of a new beginning. And as she journeyed through the village, her heart filled with gratitude for the fire and the ashes, for teaching her the most valuable lesson of all, that in letting go and allowing new beginnings to emerge, one could find true liberation and joy. In a peaceful village nestled amid mist-covered mountains, there resided a renowned sage named Master Chen. Master Chen was revered far and wide for his deep understanding of Zen teachings and his ability to reveal profound truths through simple means. One day, a curious traveler named Emiya sought an audience with Master Chen, eager to learn the secrets of Zen. Emiya arrived at the sage's humble abode, where Master Chen welcomed her with a warm smile and a serene demeanor. Master Chen, Emiya began, her voice filled with reverence, "I have heard tales of the mirror of Zen. Please, teach me its meaning." Master Chen nodded thoughtfully, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of ages. "The mirror of Zen," he explained, "is a metaphor for the true nature of reality, the reflection of the interconnectedness of all things and the illusion of separateness." Intrigued, Emiya listened intently as Master Chen continued. "Just as a mirror reflects whatever is before it without judgment or distortion, so too does reality reflect the interconnectedness of all phenomena," he said. "But like a mirror, our perception of reality can be clouded by the illusion of separateness, the mistaken belief that we are distinct and isolated entities." With a wave of his hand, Master Chen gestured towards a polished mirror resting on a nearby table. "Look into the mirror," he instructed Emiya, "and tell me what you see." Emiya gazed into the mirror, expecting to see her own reflection staring back at her. But to her surprise, she saw not only herself but also the reflection of the room, the trees outside, and even Master Chen himself. "Master," Emiya exclaimed, "I see not only myself but also the world around me reflected in the mirror." "How can this be?" Master Chen smiled knowingly, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "The mirror shows us that everything is interconnected," he explained. "Just as the mirror reflects all that is before it, so too does reality reflect the interconnectedness of all beings and phenomena. There is no separation between self and other, no distinction between inner and outer." Emiya nodded in understanding, her heart filled with a sense of awe and wonder. "But Master Chen," she asked, "how can we overcome the illusion of separateness and see reality as it truly is?" Master Chen's smile deepened, his gaze penetrating to the core of May's being. "Through the practice of mindfulness and awareness," he replied, "we can cultivate a clear perception of reality and see through the illusion of separateness. By recognizing the interconnectedness of all things, we can awaken to the true nature of existence and find peace and harmony in the midst of life's ever-changing flow." With these words ringing in her ears, Emiya bowed respectfully to Master Chen, knowing that she had received a priceless gift, the wisdom of the mirror of Zen. From that day forth, she approached life with a newfound sense of clarity and insight. knowing that in recognizing the interconnectedness of all things, she could find true peace and fulfillment. And as she journeyed through the world, her heart brimming with gratitude, she whispered a silent thank you to Master Chen for revealing to her the profound truth hidden within the mirror of Zen. In a tranquil village nestled amidst emerald green hills, there lived a young monk named Kai, whose heart burned with a fervent desire to unlock the mysteries of Zen teachings. Day and night, Kai pored over ancient scrolls and meditated beneath the shade of towering trees, hoping to grasp the elusive truths that lay beyond the veil of illusion. One day, while wandering through the forest in search of enlightenment, Kai stumbled upon a stone carved with intricate symbols and cryptic inscriptions. Intrigued by the stone's enigmatic appearance, he took it upon himself to decipher its meaning, convinced that within its ancient markings lay the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe. For days on end, Kai devoted himself to the study of the stone, his mind filled with questions and his heart ablaze with determination. But no matter how hard he tried, the meaning of the stone remained as elusive as a wisp of smoke, slipping through his fingers like sand in an hourglass. Frustrated and disheartened, Kai sought the guidance of his wise old master, a venerable monk known for his profound understanding of Zen teachings. With a serene smile, the master listened as Kai poured out his troubles, his eyes twinkling with quiet amusement. "Oh, my dear Kai," the master said, his voice as gentle as a summer breeze. "It seems you have been looking for answers in all the wrong places." Confused, Kai looked at the master, his brow furrowed in disbelief. "But master," he protested, "I have studied the stone with all my heart and mind. How can I find the answers if not in its inscriptions?" The master chuckled softly, his laughter like the tinkling of wind chimes in the distance. "The stone itself holds no answers, my dear Kai," he explained. "Its purpose is not to be deciphered, but to teach you a lesson in the art of openness and receptivity." With a wave of his hand, the master gestured towards the forest around them, where sunlight filtered through the canopy, dappling the forest floor with golden hues. "Look around you, Kai," he said, his voice filled with warmth and wisdom. "The true teachings of Zen are not found in words or symbols, but in the vibrant tapestry of life itself." As Kai gazed upon the beauty of the forest, a sense of wonder filled his heart, and he realized that true understanding could not be forced or grasped, it could only be received with an open mind and a receptive heart. And in that moment of clarity, the stone ceased to hold any power over him, for he had found the true meaning of Zen teachings in the boundless expanse of the world around him. From that day forth, Kai approached his studies with a newfound sense of humility and openness, knowing that the path to enlightenment lay not in the pursuit of knowledge, but in the embrace of the ever-unfolding mystery of life itself. And as he wandered through the forest, his heart brimming with gratitude, he whispered a silent prayer of thanks to the stone that had taught him the most important lesson of all. In a land where the mountains kissed the sky and the rivers sang melodies of ancient wisdom, there lived a young traveler named Kai. Restless and yearning for meaning, Kai embarked on a journey in search of the great way, the path of awakening and the realization of one's true nature. Through valleys and forests, across deserts and plains, Kai wandered, seeking guidance from sages and scholars, mystics and monks. Each offered their own interpretation of the Great Way, but none could satisfy the longing in Kai's heart. One day, as Kai stood atop a windswept peak, gazing out at the vast expanse of the world below, he encountered a wise old sage named Master Li. With a serene smile, Master Li welcomed Kai and asked him what he sought. "I seek the Great Way," Kai replied, his voice filled with longing, "but I do not know where to find it." Master Li nodded knowingly, his eyes reflecting the depth of his understanding. "The Great Way is not a path to be found, but a journey to be lived," he explained. "It is the path of awakening to the truth of your own nature, the realization that you are not separate from the world around you, but an integral part of it." Intrigued, Kai listened intently as Master Li continued. "The Great Way is found not in the distant horizon, but in the here and now," he said. It is the practice of mindfulness and awareness, the cultivation of compassion and wisdom, the embracing of life in all its joy and sorrow. With these words ringing in his ears, Kai felt a sense of clarity and purpose wash over him like a gentle rain. "But how do I walk the great way?" he asked, his heart filled with anticipation. Master Li smiled warmly at Kai, his eyes sparkling with kindness. "You walk the great way with each step you take, each breath you breathe," he replied. "You walk it with an open heart and a humble spirit, trusting in the wisdom of the universe to guide you on your journey." From that day forth, Kai walked the great way with courage and conviction, knowing that the path to awakening lay not in the destination, but in the journey itself. And as he journeyed through the world, his heart filled with gratitude and wonder, he whispered a silent thank you to Master Li for showing him the way to his true nature, the great way of awakening.